So I was stitching along and turned my back, and then when I looked back, I saw that this had happened. So something has gone wrong. My needle is down in the fabric, so I'm going to pull it up. I don't want my needle to stay down there. So I'm going to touch my red toolbox, and I'm going to say release carriage, because I want to see what's wrong. So I'm wondering, is my bobbin out? I wouldn't think that it is, but maybe it is. And that's what's wrong. My bobbin has run out. So I'm going to put a new bobbin in, and then we'll be back to show how to fix it. So what I've done is I've replaced my bobbin, and I also pulled enough threads out that I could tie off the top and bobbin threads, and I've tied a knot there. And when I take the quilt off the rack, then I'm going to use a self-threading needle and bury those threads in the layer. So I'm just going to pull that back for now. Now I need to repair the pattern. So I touch that. If I were to do the last stitch, the machine thinks it stitched way further than there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my machine to really close right there, and I'm going to choose closest stitch. So now I'm going to look and see where that is, and that is right where I need it to be. If I want to check it, I could do trace back and trace forward. And when you do that, like if I do trace back, it starts going back, and you can tell if it's following the line, and it is. So I'm pleased with that. So I'm going to say trace forward, and I'm going to hit stop now, and I can nudge it just one stitch at a time till I get it to exactly where I want it to start. So I had stopped it right on in that seam. So now I'm ready to pull the bobbin. So I just hit that, pull bobbin, and then it's going to do a single stitch, and I wasn't holding it. So I'm going to pull that up. And now at this point I'm ready to sew. I'm going to hold everything, and when I hit sew, it's going to take those 4 micro stitches again, and then it's going to take off sewing again. So that's how you repair your pattern. One thing I meant to point out, when the bobbin ran out, after changing the bobbin out, you really do need to take a few test stitches. And to do that, you would go into the toolbox, and at that point you say release sewing machine. You don't touch OK until you're done. And then with your little piece of sample fabric, scrap fabric, then just take some stitches so that you can test your bobbin. At this point, you have control of the machine, and you can set it however you want to. And then once you've done your sample stitches there, then you can say OK, and now it's going back into quilt motion. So that's what you would need to do.